Friends, so here I have come with another very interesting episode on biology. Okay, so the life process we have started. So if you missed my previous episodes, you can see that. Okay, you can subscribe my channel Physics Scholar, and you can see the previous episodes also. Okay, where I discussed about the photosynthesis process. Okay, as well as the nutrition. Okay, and digestion process of human, okay, that I have already described, and how the food are absorbed, okay, and from which place the food will be absorbed in our body, okay, what is the simple form of food of the three mainly carbohydrate food, carbohydrate, protein, fat. So all these things are explained. Though I will make a special episode on photosynthesis, a little bit higher concept, okay, but later on it will also be uploaded. So moving next, our next topic is respiration. Okay, so the respiration means whatever the food we absorbed, and it will reach to the cell, then the simple form of food. Okay, so that food needs to be burned and the energy should be released. So that is the process of respiration. Okay, so the what is respiration? So what I can say, okay, respiration is a process, okay, inside our cell, okay, with the help of some enzyme, where the food, okay, will burn and release the energy, okay, so that we can do all type of work, okay. So that process is known as respiration. Okay, so in respiration, especially carbohydrate, okay, so if it is two type of respirations are there, okay, one is known as aerobic and other is known as anaerobic. Okay, so in case of the aerobic respiration, what is that? So mainly it will, in the presence of oxygen, okay, the food will be burned completely, okay, and release complete amount of energy. So especially glucose, enzyme, what it will produce? 6CO2, water it will produce, and per gram mole of glucose. Okay, 38 number of ATP will be generated. Okay, so what is aerobic respiration? So two type of respiration are there. One is aerobic, and another is anaerobic. Aerobic, so what? In the presence of oxygen or in the presence of air, in the presence of oxygen, that is known as the aerobic. Okay, so aerobic respiration have two parts. One is glycolysis and second one is Krebs cycle. Okay, so aerobic respiration have two parts. What is known as glycolysis and Krebs cycle. So what is aerobic respiration? The respiration in which the food, in the absorbed food inside our cell, and with the help of some enzymes, in the presence of oxygen, will completely burn and release the energy. So that type of respiration is known as aerobic respiration. So aerobic respiration are of two parts, two phases are there. So first phase is known as glycolysis. So glycolysis will take place in the cytoplasm of the cell. So glycolysis will take place inside in the cytoplasm of the cell. Okay. So here what will happen? The glucose will break down to pyruvate. Okay, it is 3 carbon molecule. Okay, and a small amount of energy will be released. Okay, so what is in process of glycolysis? Okay, so the glucose will break down. It will happen inside the cytoplasm of a cell. Okay, so there are some process. So I will upload a special video on this respiration chapter. Okay, for the higher classes. Okay, So up to class 10, this much will be sufficient. Okay. So in the glycolysis, it will take place inside the cytoplasm of the cell. That's the basic thing. Okay. So here the 6 carbon molecule glucose will convert into 3 carbon molecule. Okay, pyruvate, and a small amount of energy will be released. Okay, so this is up to glycolysis. Now the Krebs circle for aerobic respiration. Okay, the Krebs circle where the pyruvate will break down completely with the help of some enzyme, and it will prepare carbon dioxide, water, and at the end of this process, energy. Okay, so that is what? That is the Krebs after the Krebs circle. So Krebs cycle. Okay. So why it is known as the Krebs cycle? Because the German scientist Hans Krebs first observed this cycle. So in the name of the scientist, okay, this cycle is known as Krebs cycle. Okay. So here the pyruvate will convert into carbon dioxide, water, and complete release of energy will take place. Okay, in case of the aerobic respiration in the second phase, that is inside the Krebs cycle. Now there are some procedures are there. Okay, so that details I will discuss on a special episode on respiration. Okay, so what is now anaerobic? Anaerobic means you can understand by the name where, okay, the oxygen in presence of oxygen this happened. Okay, where oxygen will not be present. Okay, that means glycolysis will be the common. Glycolysis process will be the common for both aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Okay, so glycolysis is common for both aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Okay, now for the anaerobic respiration we don't have oxygen, so where either carbon dioxide will not be produced, so instead of carbon dioxide either ethyl alcohol or lactic acid will be produced. Okay, in case of the anaerobic respiration. So in the absence of oxygen, so oxygen will not be there. In the absence of oxygen, okay, so carbon dioxide will not be produced. Okay, so the energy released will be less. Okay, so first part glycolysis will be same. Okay, so so first in the cytoplasm of the cell, the glycolysis process will take place, and a small amount of energy or partial amount of energy will be released, as well as the pyruvate will be formed. In the second phase, no oxygen is there. Okay, so without oxygen, it will convert into either ethyl alcohol or lactic acid. Okay, so when the ethyl alcohol will be formed, when the glucose solution with the help of the yeast, okay, it will secrete one enzyme that is known as zymase. Okay, so it will create ethanol or ethyl alcohol, same thing, ethyl alcohol, okay, plus water and energy. So instead of carbon dioxide, what is it is preparing ethyl alcohols. Okay, so this process is also known as fermentation. Okay, so this ethyl alcohol is used to prepare the hard drinks, as well as in some painting industries or in medicines. Okay, so in the cup syrups, okay, these ethyl alcohols are used. Okay, most of the cup syrup. So this process is known as fermentation. So what is fermentation? Then the glucose solution. If we add some yeast in it, then the yeast will secrete some enzyme that is known as zymate. Okay. So in the absence of the oxygen, okay, the zymate will convert the ethyl alcohol, convert the glucose solution into ethyl alcohol. Okay, a small amount of energy will be released. Okay. So this process is known as fermentation. Okay. Now another is there, that is lactic acid. Okay. So when the lactic acid will be formed? When lactic acid will be formed basically inside the cells of our muscles. Okay. So what happened actually when we are doing heavy exercise? Okay. Then the oxygen scarcity will be there inside the muscles. Okay, cell of our muscles. Then what? Without the presence of oxygen, okay, the partial burning of food will take place. Okay, and the lactic acid will be produced. Okay, so lactic acid will be produced, and this is lactic acid. Lactic acid will be produced. Okay, so without inside the muscle cells of our body. So these questions often come in the examination. Okay, these questions often come in the examination. Why we feel muscle pain? Muscle pain after doing heavy exercise. If I ask you to run for suppose 15 minutes, so you will feel a cramp, muscle cramp, okay, muscle pain. Okay, why? Because when we are doing heavy exercise, then what happened actually? Our muscles, the blood cannot supply the required amount of oxygen. Okay, so our muscles will not get the sufficient amount of oxygen. But muscle cells, the respiration process is going on. Okay, so without the presence of oxygen, the respiration will take place. Okay, and here no yeast is there, no zymase enzyme is there. So instead of ethyl alcohol, it will produce lactic acid. Clear? So lactic acid will be produced inside our cell, and due to this lactic acid actually, okay, we will feel our the muscle fatigueness will be there. That means we will feel our muscles cramp, okay, or pain in our muscles. Okay. So what is the solution? What is the solution of this? Okay, the solution is that if we take some rest, then what will happen? Then sufficient amount of oxygen will come, and it will break the lactic acid into carbon dioxide. Okay, so the lactic acid will be removed from our cell. Or if we apply some luke water or a little bit hot water, okay, then also the supply of oxygen will increase, which will remove the lactic acid, and lactic acid will become into carbon dioxide and will come out from the cells. Okay, that's why we will not feel pain after some time. Okay, either we have to take rest or we have to apply some hot water on the affected areas of the muscles. Okay, so after some time it will be relaxed. Okay, so what is I am explaining once again. Okay, very common questions for the examination. Why our muscles will be cramped after doing some heavy exercise? The answer will be that if we do some heavy exercise, then our muscle cells will not get the sufficient amount of oxygen which is required. But it will. So what will happen in the absence of the oxygen? The respiration, the anaerobic respiration will take place, and due to this anaerobic respiration, the lactic acid will be produced, and the lactic acid, due to the lactic acid, the muscle cramp or pain of the muscles will be there. But if we take rest for some time, or if we apply some water, a little bit hot water on it, then what? The supply of oxygen will be increased, and due to the supply of oxygen, again the lactic acid will convert into the carbon dioxide, and it will be emitted from muscle cell. Okay, so our cells will be get normal again. Okay, so this is the respiration. So students, so respiration, what do you know? That two type of respiration. Respiration is the process, okay, inside our cell through which the energy will be in the presence of oxygen or absent of oxygen. Okay, the energy will be released completely or partially. Okay, and what will happen? And through that energy, we can do every type of work. Okay, and that is the respiration. So two types of respirations are there: aerobic and anaerobic. Aerobic respiration will occur in the presence of oxygen. Anaerobic respiration will occur in the absence of oxygen. Okay. So in the aerobic respiration, the end product is carbon dioxide, water, and the energy, full amount of energy per gram molecule of glucose. Okay, 686 kilocalorie energy will be released. Okay, and in case of the anaerobic respiration, either ethyl alcohol or lactic acid will be formed. Okay, as an end product. Okay, so now what is burning? Burning means releasing of energy, okay, from any materials, okay. So that is known as burning, okay. So there is a difference between the respiration and the burning, okay. So what is the respiration? Respiration and burning. So there is a difference. And burning. So it happens inside cell. It happens outside cells. Okay. So enzymes are required. Enzymes here what? Enzymes are not required. Okay. Release of energy will be controlled and step by step. Release of energy will be uncontrolled. Okay. So these are the major points actually. Okay. So here what? Glycolysis. Okay. Or Krebs circle. There in aerobic respiration. Here what? No such steps are there. Okay. So that means what? In case of the respiration, okay, it occurs inside our cell or inside the cell of any plant or animals. Okay. But in case of the burning, it is the outside process of outside cells. Okay. So enzymes are required, enzymes are not required. Okay. It is releasing the energy. Glycolysis, some energy will be released. Then Krebs cycle for aerobic respiration. Okay, the all amount of energy will be released from the food. Okay. But here burning, all together energy will be released together. Okay. No any not it will be released step by step. Okay. So glycolysis, Krebs cycle, these are the different stages of the aerobic respiration. And here these type of stages are not there. Okay. So these are the common differences between the respiration and the burning. Okay. So common differences between respiration and burning. Another questions may come from this. Okay. Another question is very important. That is importance of glycolysis. Importance of glycolysis. Okay. What are the importance of glycolysis? Okay. Glycolysis means the first step of respiration, where the glucose will convert into 3 carbon compound okay, pyruvate, okay, and a small amount of energy will be released and it will occur inside the cytoplasms of the cell, okay. So it is the common process for both aerobic and anaerobic respiration, okay. The small amount of energy released will be the source of energy mainly for lower organisms which shows anaerobic respiration. Okay, that means what? For aerobic or anaerobic respiration, this process glycolysis is the common process. So without glycolysis, the Krebs cycle cannot be happen. Okay. So it is a common process. So it has a great importance because the first process. Okay, for both anaerobic and anaerobic respiration. Okay, aerobic respiration we can see for the higher classes of plant animals, and the anaerobic respiration can be seen for the lower classes of the organisms. Okay, like tapeworm. Okay, so lower classes of organisms. Okay, we can see the anaerobic respiration. Now, in case of the anaerobic respiration, the second stage, a little amount of energy will be released. Okay, that is not a huge amount, but whatever the amount of energy released in the process of glycolysis, okay, so that is the main source of energy, okay, for the lower class organisms, okay, to do their work, okay, physical work, okay, or internal organs work, so all type of work. So that is the main source of energy which is released from the glycolysis process, okay. So it happens inside the cytoplasms of the cell. Okay. So this is the importance of glycolysis. So it is the first process, first step. Okay, for both the type of aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Okay, as well as it is the main source of energy for the organism which shows the anaerobic respiration. Okay. So this is the importance of the glycolysis. Okay. So students, I hope that the basic concept about the respiration, it is clear to you. Okay. Now in my next video, I will upload the breathing process, human breathing process. Okay. And how the muscles, okay, the diaphragm, the intercostal muscles, they help in this process, the two muscles, okay, diaphragm, intercostal, okay, muscles, how it helps in the breathing process. Okay. So that I will upload it. And also some interesting videos, okay, on this chapter respiration and photosynthesis topic, and some more information, okay, and little bit high concept, okay, a special episode will come very soon. So stay tuned to watch my channel. Thank you.